The hardware management screen lets you monitor and do some basic configuration of your CODA hardware. Here we can see 5 displays in the Camvine head office, and the first thing we notice is that one of them is in grey and displaying a power symbol, which means it's in standby. The screen is asleep, either because it has no source assigned to it, or because it's been blanked explicitly, or because it's under the control of a schedule which has nothing specified for this time of day. If the system loses contact with the display for a period of more than a few minutes, it'll appear in red here, which typically indicates that the CODA hardware has been unplugged from its power source or that there's a network problem. And these status indicators you can also see in the content assignment screen. Now, at present, these and many other indicators in the CODA screens are correct at the time you load the page, but you may need to reload the page in your browser to get status updates. We're working on that and doing some clever magic, so by the time you watch this, there may actually be live updating. By selecting a display and hitting the Configure button down here, or simply by double-clicking on the display, we can examine and modify various aspects of the display's configuration. Its resolution, its name, its rotation, this is a portrait display, and whether or not it should display the status messages when it's loading a new source after a manual assignment. You probably want this off for screens in public places, but on for those you're testing with yourself. We can see its serial number and its IP address and so forth here. Now, as we see things configured here, all of these displays are on one site, one location, our head office. But let's assume that we've expanded our operations into a new country and some of our screens are going there. Let's create a new site called the Paris office. And we need to select a time zone so that schedules work at the right times in that particular office. A shortcut here is I can hit E for Europe. That's a quick way down. Europe, Paris, there we go. Okay. And there's the new office. And I can now take the screens that are going to Paris and just drag them on. Those two perhaps. And so we now have 3 screens in the head office, 2 screens in the Paris office. And when you're then in the content assignment screen, if you want to, you can filter your sites so that you're only able to drop, deliberately or accidentally, content onto the screens in a particular location. Of course, there's a much better solution than moving your displays from building to building, and that's to expand your CODA system so you have more CODA displays. And that's something you can also do here. When you buy new CODA hardware, come to the Hardware Management pane and click Add New Hardware down at the bottom here, and follow the instructions to register whatever sort of hardware you've got with your CODA account.